Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P0461, which stands for Diagnostic Trouble Code P0461, specifically indicates an issue with the fuel level sensor, also known as the fuel gauge sending unit, regarding its circuit range or performance. This error is relevant for the Honda Accord, model year 2023 and beyond. The primary function of the fuel level sensor is to measure the fuel level within the fuel tank and relay that information to the vehicle's Powertrain Control Module, PCM. This information is critical for accurate fuel gauge readings on the dashboard. The fuel level sensor is typically located within the fuel tank, integrated with the fuel tank unit, making it essential for the vehicle's overall fuel management system. An understanding of this DTC is vital for accurate troubleshooting and repair, ensuring the integrity of vehicle operation related to fuel consumption and gauge accuracy. The fuel level sensor associated with the DTC P0461 plays a critical role in detecting the amount of fuel in the fuel tank, which is then transmitted to the PCM. This sensor is primarily responsible for ensuring that the fuel gauge accurately reflects the fuel level to the driver. Located within the fuel tank area, the fuel level sensor is integrated with the fuel tank unit, enabling seamless monitoring of fuel status. The PCM requires a specific range of sensor values to function correctly. If the values do not change after driving for a designated distance, it triggers the DTC. The inspection begins with this crucial component, as any abnormalities here can indicate further issues in fuel management and affect overall vehicle performance. Several factors can lead to the triggering of DTC P0461, which we must consider during troubleshooting. The first factor is repeated refueling with less than 1.3 US gallons, or 5 liters, which may not provide enough fuel for an accurate reading, confusing the system. Another cause is fuel draining during repair work, which can also misrepresent the fuel level and lead to DTC storage. Additionally, driving on sloping roads or constant cornering for an extended duration can impede the sensor's ability to provide reliable readings due to the fuel shifting within the tank. Understanding these possible causes will help technicians diagnose the issue effectively and prevent incorrect assessments during the troubleshooting process. Recognizing the symptoms associated with DTC P0461 is important for timely diagnosis and resolution. One primary symptom is the inaccurate readings displayed on the fuel gauge, as the sensor fails to provide correct data to the PCM. This may lead to situations where drivers may believe they have more fuel than actually available, increasing the risk of running out of gas unexpectedly. Additionally, warning lights on the dashboard may illuminate, signaling a potential issue within the fuel management system. Drivers may also notice fluctuations in fuel level readings, which can exacerbate the confusion. Such symptoms should prompt immediate investigation to maintain vehicle reliability and safety. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0461 involves reviewing the vehicle's recent refueling history. As technicians, we need to gather information about how often and how much fuel has been added during refueling events. It is essential to determine if the customer has repeatedly filled the tank with amounts less than 1.3 US gallons, or 5 liters, as this can negatively impact the sensor's ability to provide accurate readings. The driving conditions should also be evaluated. If the vehicle has been driven on sloping roads or in manners that may shift fuel around, this information is crucial for diagnosing the problem effectively. Collecting detailed history will help ensure accurate troubleshooting of the issue and may indicate whether the refueling practices are appropriate. In the second troubleshooting step for DTC P0461, technicians are to conduct a comprehensive test of the fuel gauge sending unit. This involves checking the outputs from the fuel gauge sensor to the PCM to ensure that the readings reflect accurate fuel levels. Circuit integrity must also be validated, confirming there are no opens or shorts that would prevent accurate communication between the sensor and the PCM. If any discrepancies are found during this test, it may be necessary to replace the fuel gauge sending unit or repair the affected wiring and connections. Performing this test methodically will lead to identifying whether the component itself is faulty or if the problem lies within the wiring or connectors. Once repairs related to DTC P0461 have been made, it is critical to verify that the fixes were successful. Start by clearing the DTC codes from the PCM to reset the system. Following that, a road test should be conducted to allow the vehicle to operate under normal conditions, permitting the fuel level sensor to be accurately assessed. It is essential to observe the behavior of the fuel gauge during this time. It should show consistent readings reflective of the actual fuel level. Confirmation of proper fuel gauge function indicates that the issue has been resolved effectively, thereby concluding the repair process with confidence that no further action is necessary. To prevent the reoccurrence of DTC P0461 and to maintain optimal function of the fuel level sensor, certain preventive maintenance tips can be beneficial. Following the vehicle's recommended refueling guidelines is key. It is advisable not to refill the tank with amounts less than 1.3 US gallons or 5 liters. Ensuring proper fuel levels aids in accurate sensor readings and overall fuel management. Additionally, drivers should avoid frequently refilling with small amounts, as this could lead to inaccurate fuel level detection. Regular inspections of the fuel system, including the fuel gauge sending unit, should be performed as part of vehicle maintenance, allowing for early detection of wear or damage that could lead to issues down the line. In summary, understanding DTC P0461 and its implications on the Honda Accord 2023 Plus is critical for proper diagnosis and repair. Key points to remember include the role of the fuel level sensor as it relates to accurate fuel gauge function. Knowing the common symptoms, such as inaccurate gauge readings, warning lights, and fluctuations, can help in timely intervention. Recognizing the causes of this error, including improper refueling practices and driving conditions, provides insight into preventive measures. Following the troubleshooting steps methodically enables technicians to effectively address the DTC, ensure vehicle reliability, and maintain performance. Taking these considerations into account ultimately leads to enhanced vehicle operation and driver satisfaction. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you